Hello everyone and welcome back to Pokemon Black. At the end of the last part we got Surf, so lots of stuff is open to us now. Yay. We can swim on the water.
Swimming.
You know what my favorite part of the old HMs is? They can't get rid of the moves because every Pokemon needs to get transferred from one generation to the next so everyone can keep their old favorites, right? So that means like in Scarlet and Violet where the HMs are completely useless in the field now, you just have all these moves that only exist as really B-tier list moves that just show up in the TMs list.
Yeah, and like, there's no reason to teach anybody cut past Gen 6.
Because like they originally existed as field moves that could be used in battle just so that they don't completely waste a battle slot, right? But now they're just like really B-tier, C-tier moves that you would never actually want to teach a Pokemon on purpose.
Okay, then maybe they're just there for legacy reasons.
Yeah.
Surf is pretty good, but...
Waterfall is also good because it's just physical surf. Okay, so we had some comments about, and this is why you never read the comments for the record, about the physical special split, and I feel
I gotta say real quick, I want to preface this too, is just like, it's always the Pokemon comments that like, I listen, and I say this lovingly near and dear to my heart. You guys need to play other games.
No, they do play other games, John. Pokemon and Sonic have a huge crossover.
Like, some of you act as if like Pokemon is your fucking personality, and you get so offended by some of the shit that comes out of our mouths. It's like, it's okay, Jesus.
So, like, here's the thing about the special physical split, and this is talking from the perspective of somebody who mainly plays the game as a single-player game. I gave up playing Pokemon competitively, God, probably 15 years ago, if not more. I was still in high school when I said I'm done with this shit. Honestly, in terms of how you play most of the games, the physical special split does not really change all that much. There's exceptions, yes. Hitmonchan, doing the elemental punches, those are good in Gen 4 where they're pretty bad Gen 3 before. Gengar is much better because its stab moves can be special now in Gen 4. Like, I get it, but it also, in many ways, there's a lot of redundancy. So, like, okay, Waterfall and Surf, well, I guess they were kind of redundant in Gen 2 as well, because, like...
Yeah, because they were both special, I think.
But you also but there's that for, like, pretty much every type, where it's just like, okay... So you've got Shadow Ball to be the physical ghost, the special ghost move, and you've got Shadow Claw to be the physical ghost move. It's like, okay, so all of these types now can have both types of
magical
attack.
And physical variant. Yeah.
So ultimately, it makes the types to me, and again, this is a minor thing because, this is also part of the problem. There's two halves to this problem. One is that, okay, so any type can be anything, and they, in that case, feel a little bit less distinct. But on the other hand, they also still just kind of make Pokemon the way they used to anyway. Most psychic types are special, most fighting types are physical. So it's like, it's kind of like the change matters, but not really.
I'll disagree with that, because tactically speaking, because you only have 6 Pokemon slots in your thing, and every Pokemon is going to excel more at special or more at physical, or maybe they're just jack of all trades, middle of the road at both. You have to assemble your team with certain elemental, special, physical alignments, and you only have so many slots for that. So, like, what's your tactical spread going to be? Are you going to have half your team be middle of the road so you can adapt to any situation equally? Are you going to have one Pokemon in your team be a certain element with a certain special physical alignment so that you can attack certain kinds of Pokemon? What is your defense spread going to be like? Is more of your team going to be anti-physical or anti-special? This is
a lot of words. I'm just going to overlevel my starter.
My point is, with the limited nature of Pokemon battling, just something as simple as a basic bitch JRPG physical special stat split, which, I can't believe there's discourse about something that basic. It actually it makes you have to think. It makes you have to think about your party build. You know, one of the things in competitive Pokemon isn't just, oh, how strong is this particular Pokemon? It's, what is your team build like? Do you have?
This is why I specified single player only, because in single player, all that shit does not matter. You just need type coverage. That's all that matters.
In single player, it makes very little difference. It does still help to know which Pokemon are weak against which of the two, so that you can prepare with a team that hits the gym leader where it hurts, you know. But like at the same time, it's not going to change your experience much. It might just make battles faster or slower.
So but it's important why Ted distinguishes between the single player experience and the co-op experience, which I feel people are using the co-op argument to negate the single player argument when that's not how it works at all. Like, you have to consider both.
That being said, having special physical splits does make the single player in some games more interesting. For example, if you play any version of the original Final Fantasy VII except the PlayStation version, you have to decide what armor you're wearing based on whether it has physical or magic defense more powerfully. Because, I say except the PlayStation version because the PlayStation version's glitched to hell. And no, it's not really all that different, because Final Fantasy VII is easy.
Well, it's a different game is more the thing, and also it's choosing armor is a different element than choosing a Pokemon, because your options are so much greater in some ways in Final Fantasy VII.
It is, but at the same time, you're still thinking with the same part of your brain when you make that decision. You know, in terms of a single player experience.
It doesn't make the game better. So my point is that does it make the game better from a single player experience? I mean, technically, yes. Like, you do have more options, but it's just, it doesn't change all that much. Functionally, if you just use the stab type move on the Pokemon that you get just by leveling up, and you know the type chart, then you'll do fine, and you wouldn't even have to know what special
like
is.
There's a difference between you'll do fine and maybe you're good enough at these things to run into your first few random battles in a cave and think, oh, this place definitely has a lot of rock types with physical moves. Maybe I should put my physical defender up in the A slot and fight with that for a while, you know?
Or you just put Oddish in front and Giga Drain everything, and then you win anyway.
If you have an Oddish, yeah, that's definitely a move that you could do.
You see, I'm the kind of asshole that just goes into the, like, surface the magical water and waterfalls the physical water. I was like, oh, why the fuck? They're both water.
My point is, guys, like, you know, it's fine if you just want to turn your brain to low intensity and go through all the random battles with your starter or whatever, or with the first plant type to show up on your party list at that given moment. But you know, sometimes people find their single player games more fulfilling when they have those decisions to make, even if those decisions aren't necessarily the most important decisions they could possibly be making in the game at the time.
I mean, I'm not about to tell people how to have fun with their games. Like, you do you. Like,
but please also understand when I mute the chat when I'm live streaming Pokemon, because I don't care what you think about my I don't care what you think about my payout.
Dude, I can't tell. I could not stream Stardew Valley when I was streaming, and I played Stardew Valley blind, and it was impossible. People were like, "Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you making mayonnaise? Why don't you have more things?" It's like, dude, I'm playing this game for the first time. I don't know how to min-max, and I don't care. Let me play.
I don't like mayonnaise.
That's fucking obnoxious, I'm gonna say, and here's why. Because, you know, it's great to replay Stardew Valley when you know what you're trying to do and you're going for, like, all the quest objectives in the community center in 1 year or some shit like that. But, like, the joy of that first experience is going in blind and just doing whatever the fuck comes to mind, because you have infinite time. Your player character could live through 1,000 in-game years, not grow a day older, and their farm could still be B tier, and you'd still have plenty of time to do everything you want.
Dude, I just wanted to smooch Leia. That's all I cared about the first, 2 in-game years I was playing that game.
I just did a lot of fishing.
Yeah. Dude, fishing in Stardew Valley is great.
It really? You like the fishing?
Yeah.
That mini game is the most obnoxious shit until you get a high skill level.
It's for one, it's more involved than your typical like.
Well, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna wait, and then I press the button. You know,
it is so fiddly until you increase your fishing level and gain a better fishing rod to widen the range of the bobber so that it doesn't constantly miss anything that isn't a common fish.
Well, it just kind of felt similar to me to like the mining or whatnot, where it's just like, okay, this thing's too hard. I need to wait until I get a better pickaxe. Versus, oh, this fish is too hard to catch. I need to wait until I get a better rod.
Yeah,
it felt mostly the same.
Like, here's the thing: when you mine and you don't have a strong enough pickaxe to break a particular rock, the game just tells you that, and you can move on. When you fish, you're always fishing in the same place, and it's random whether or not you get a fish that's really hard or really easy, and you still have to try, to do the fishing minigame. And you're wasting in-game hours doing that, and energy doing that. Energy is important.
I'm just gonna chug trail mix and then I'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
you chug that trail mix, bitch.
Later in the game, when you have more crafting resources, chugging trail mix is the answer to everything. But
man, Stardew Valley is a great game. I can't wait to never do a commentary on it because I can't think of a worse game to do a commentary on for BrainScratch.
Isn't it kind of a forever game though? Like,
yeah, but there's like goals you could do.
There is a main story to every Harvest Moon type game that you do need to complete. So like there's a main campaign. It's just like a game that you can keep playing after you do the main campaign, And also not all of them are forever type games. Like I'm thinking of A Wonderful Life, where I think the game just automatically ends after a certain number of years and your character passes away.
Oh Jesus.
That's depressing.
Or if you play the alternate version where you get to play as a girl, the game just ends the moment you get married. Which is the most...
What?
I think that's not true in the remake, but it definitely was true in the original.
No, I think you can... So, actually, I think you can keep on playing after you get married, and I remember this because a friend of mine was talking about if you marry the bum, he won't be in the house in daytime, and he never helps out on the farm.
The implication is because you're getting married, you're now a housewife or something, so you can't tend the farm anymore? Is that what it is?
Yes, because we all know that women back in the day...
Finally, a farm simulator that's not woke.
Because as we all know, back in medieval times when people were sustenance farming, women definitely didn't help on the farm. Nope, they were inside all day.
I don't know if that was necessarily A Wonderful Life. It was one of the GameCube ones, though. But the best part about it is that it wasn't like you could buy the game and choose male or female protagonists. No, they made a whole separate version of the game so you could play as a girl. And only as a girl in that version. And they included this stipulation on the gameplay. When getting married in a farming simulator is something that every player is naturally going to do. So I just imagine a lot of players of that first game getting married to their NPC husbando and then seeing the credits roll and being, what just happened?
Man, imagine though if you were like if Pokemon Crystal, you had to buy that game and you could only be the girl trainer in Pokemon Crystal. Although that did happen. A lot of kids I knew back in the day, bought Crystal even though they owned Gold and Silver just because they were a girl and they wanted to be the girl character. It meant a lot back then.
I mean, honestly, see, I'm kind of there myself in regards to like why I would pick the girl over the boys, because it's the first game where you can do that.
Yeah, no, I and also Crystal's design is pretty cool.
Yeah, yes, which is why they didn't use it in the remake.
Yeah, I don't know
that's
why.
Right. I mean, that's right. If I recall correctly, they were going for like a Mario sort of proxy with the girl in Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Yeah, she does look like a female Mario cosplayer. It's weird.
Hold on, in Soul Silver, you said?
Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Check out the female trainer. Like it is
specifically look at her clothes. It's like she's wearing a Mario outfit. It's very strange.
Yeah. See, oh, you're right. The overalls, the red thing, the hat's white, but it's the same like kind of weird round shape.
She's got a fire flower.
Yeah. and it's got a red stripe on it. Yeah, that's really weird.
It's like the farthest possible design you could get from Crystal, and I have no idea why they did that.
Ryan, what's that meme between Ethan and Gold, where like Ethan, it's like Gold has like the sweatshirt that's comfy as shit or something. Like
Look at the stout fucker's legs, able to hike across 2 continents.
The art style in Heart Gold and Soul Silver definitely leaned more toward the cute than the cool, because like the character art and stuff in the original Gold and Silver had a very angular, sharp look to it. That was, it was cool.
Yeah, so the talking points in favor of Ethan is, look at that fucking sneer. He knows he's gonna kick your ass. A big, warm, comfy motherfucking sweatshirt, probably lined with Marie wool or some awesome shit. Pokeball holsters, holy fuck, this is genius. Gold and black shorts, comfy and easy to wear. Manly fucking backpack, more pockets than you know what to do with. And finally, tree trunk muscular legs for knocking down fans into the next region.
The backpack was always an element in the character design of Gold and Silver, because it was a big upgrade to the way the inventory system worked in Gold and Silver, having separate pocket tabs for different item categories. Whoa. And also actual space worth a damn. That was a good
you
thing
can have
too.
I forget exactly how many items it is you can hold in Gen 1, but it's like 30 maybe total.
It's enough that if you actually try to hold on to your TMs at all, it gets pretty claustrophobic.
Yeah, no, and then you actually have to go to the PC and drop items in there and then take them out, and
there's
TMs
not
don't
enough
say
space. Yeah, TMs don't say what moves on them until you activate them either, so you have to keep a list outside the game. But like,
or you do what I did as a kid. It's just like, okay, I've got TM 47 in the box. Okay, I'm gonna take it out. Okay, oh no, none of my Pokemon can learn this TM. Okay, hold on. Gotta go into the other box. See, okay, take this one out. Oh, it's toxic? I don't need that. Okay, put it back in.
I think there was only one item box, and its space was limited to a point where you could almost but not quite store all the TMs in there. So,
Oh, man. And I think, like, the space in Gen 2 was limited. Like, you couldn't hold infinite stuff, but you could hold enough. You know, it didn't really, like, you didn't really feel
you didn't
limited.
feel it.
You never felt
Yeah.
stuck, yeah.
And, like, inventory management, I do think is, like, a real element of RPGs to some extent. Games like the old Dragon Quest games, where it's just like, okay, bringing enough resources into a dungeon with you to survive, I think is an interesting element of strategy. But Pokemon doesn't have that problem, again, because Pokemon is a fairly easy game. So, like, inventory management isn't an interesting element of it. It's just like, oh, damn it, I can't pick up this item that I found on the ground. Now I gotta throw away something to take it with me.
Still better than Earthbound, where you have like 12 item slots and that's it.
Oh, yeah, I think Earthbound just decided it wanted to be like Dragon Quest 2 when Earthbound came out within 4 months of Dragon Quest 6. So it's like, buddy, I don't know. Like, again, like, I think that the Earthbound does a similar thing to Dragon Quest, where the items each character holds, like, only that character can use in battle, which I think can be an interesting element of strategy, especially because Dragon Quest has 5,000 different weapons that if you use it as an item in battle, it will cast a spell, or it will heal you, or something like that. So it's like, okay, if I want the magical healing rod to be specifically on this person, that's interesting. The problem is just that it is a pain in the ass to manage the inventory.
So what is this? A legendary mountain goat Pokemon?
Oh, this is one of the Three Musketeers.
Yep.
This is like the weirdest.
Ryan caught the other one some time ago, and people in the comments they just did not acknowledge it entirely. It's like, I don't care.
When did we catch it? I don't remember catching it.
No, I think Ryan caught it.
No, I don't think I have yet.
Huh.
Yeah, it's weird that in the America-themed location, you get the Three Musketeers and not the French one. But
for the benefit of the comment section, I want to add that we've been off for 2 weeks, so I don't remember much of what happened last time we sat down to record. Like, I think we did Terminator 2, which will probably be up by the time this goes up, but it depends on how fast I edit it. And then we took a week off because our schedules didn't line up, and I was sick, and John had stuff to do.
I was too busy.
Yeah. So like it was a bad week. So we've been off for 2 weeks. I don't remember what we did last session or the session before that.
Pokemon.
Well, yeah, but like what
What,
specific?
you fast forward? What are you bored?
Oh, he's. I forgot this fun part of catching the legendaries is that their catch rates are so low that even with the Ultra Ball and Paralysis in place, it takes a while.
Oof, the desperation using
So-
a netball.
Here's the thing, though, is that Gen 5,
it's
I
in a
believe,
cave,
is the
so.
point where they started easing up on the catch rates. Because
For the required legendaries, yes.
is this one still like 3? Because
Yeah, this one is still 3, I believe.
okay, because the catch rates on a scale from 0 to 255, 3 being the lowest something will generally be. So if you're playing like Gen 1, Mewtwo takes for fucking ever. Or God forbid you're playing original Gold and Silver, where I think it's Lugia and Gold version knows Recover, which is fucking miserable. It's just they eat Ultra Balls. And honestly, the throwing the Pokeball part of the catching a Pokemon is not the interesting or difficult part.
Which
So-
is why they made a whole game about it.
Yeah, no, I really, I'm really happy that the Legends series exists to make, like, catching Pokemon a more fun element of the series. Like, I do hope not Arceus. I'm so used to just calling the first Legends games Arceus that, I want to call the sequel like Arceus 2, but it's Legends ZA instead. So it's messing with my head in a bunch of different ways. Anyway, point being, why are the Three Musketeers in the U.S. when it's the most French book ever written? In this essay,
Because X and Y wasn't made yet.
yeah, but they probably knew that that's what the region they were going to go for.
Yeah,
next.
they like the Pokemon designers probably associate that with an American-made movie, though, which is
sad,
sad.
probably.
A bit sad, I'm gonna say.
Alexander Dumas did not write 700 goddamn pages for you to think he's American. God damn it.
We'll see you on the next part.